Eldridge with Office of Emergency Management. Few updates. We got about 20 fire crews out here currently working. I've just seen videos of their progress. They're doing a great job. As y'all can see from over there, the smoke plume is down. We have set track on location, SEMA on location, and DPS will talk with y'all in just a minute. We also have air monitoring on the Livingston side and our side, monitoring the airs, and they have found no chemicals in the air at this point. As of right now, y'all gonna hear from Sheriff Capers.
Yes, once again, I don't have any new information to update you as far as the sheriff's office. DPS has been a valuable asset to us. They came in and they started redirecting traffic off of 59, I believe at 190, and then down at Loop 424 there in Shepherd. But I will let their PIO talk to y'all about what it is that DPS is doing and how they're helping us with this explosion fire. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. Good afternoon. So we know that we've got US 59 shut down from Livingston to Shepherd. So we're going to go with the northbound traffic first. Everybody going northbound on US 59 is going to exit State Loop 494. And you can take the direction from that point. If you're traveling southbound, you're going to exit US 190. All right? I wish I could tell you how long we're going to have this roadway closed, but like I said, like the sheriff said, they're working on getting this situation under control. So we'll make sure we're going to do it right. We're going to do it as best we can. And as soon as we get the roadway opened up, or as soon as they let us know we can do more, we'll open up one roadway at a time and go from there. Once we find that out, I'll be sure to get with you guys so you can push it out to the community and we can let them know that we're going to get back to track. All right? Thank you very much. Any questions? 424?
494.
494? It's going to be 424, or excuse me, I need to be corrected. It's going to be State Loop 424. Thank you.
Sheriff or Emergency Management, clearly, you know, this is an improved situation over here. Can you talk about what's been done to diminish that plume of smoke?
Oh, so like I said, fire crews are working. They got 2 ladder trucks right now. They're putting foam chemicals on the fire in order to dissipate the fire. Yes. We're going to have Jeff speak again.
Hey, Jeff Harfield with Sound Resource Solutions again. Harfield. I said most of what I wanted to say this morning. I do have an update on our employee who was sent to Memorial. He's with the right people, and they're taking care of him, and he's doing good. He was worried about us, so he's doing good. He's going to be home with his family this evening, so that's good news. So everyone's accounted for. Everyone's going to be okay. Everyone that's working on this is the right people. You guys have amazing people up here. The first responders, everybody's been careful, everybody's been prudent, everyone's been smart. No one's taken any chances, and as you can see, it looked a lot different this morning, right? So we think the worst of this is gone. We'll now work with people like the TCEQ and the EPA, and we'll make sure that any remediation work that needs to be done is going to be done in the right way so that there's no effect on the community that we've loved for 14 years.
Any idea
Those of
whatsoever
us
what
that
may
are
have
arriving at this press conference, you know, this is the first one we've received from our standpoint, just due to logistics. Can you kind of touch over briefly what happened, what ignited, what was burning, and how it was done?
Our basic business is industrial chemical manufacturing. We deal with a lot of flammable materials. We're not going to release a whole lot of stuff because everything's in the middle of an investigation. It's not prudent to speculate. What we want to do is get good information, and then we're going to give it to everyone. We're not going to hold back from everyone. You're going to know. Everyone's going to get the information that they need to know that we are the right people to do this type of work.
Any idea whatsoever what may have triggered it?
It's a forklift incident. We've spoken to the person that was involved, and he's healing, but we just want him to heal. We're going to do all the investigation. We've been in contact with every agency you can imagine, and we're going to tell them the exact same thing. We're just going to say yes to everything. Whatever people need, whatever people want, whatever people want to know, they're going to find out.
Hey, one resident told us that they smelled chemicals in the area earlier this week. Do we know if that has any connection with this incident?
I can't really comment on them. I'd like to talk to them about it myself and find out more information.
So I'll touch on that. So that report came out yesterday. That was a multi-jurisdiction area report that chemicals were being smelled from San Jac all the way down to Polk County and on Alaska. We believe at that time it was more than likely a truck that's driving through the area. We had fire crews looking in Polk County, Liberty County, and San Jac County yesterday, and nothing was found.
So is the fire contained now?
Correct. The fire is contained. Yes.
And for the people who are in Shepherd, they live on the opposite side because we're coming out of the south. They were moving north in Livingston and Cliffridge. Are those communities? Some of our viewers were saying they wanted to start to leave that area. I know roads are still shut down there, but are they able to move their families? Are they have to stay there, even if they need to get out? Or feel like they need to get out?
So to answer that question, I can't speak on what Polk County is doing, but on the San Jac side, like I said, a lot of our hold-up area is for the safety of our personnel that's on location.
And currently, what is being done to mitigate the fire, to get the thing totally knocked down? And about how long, is that expected to take? How the procedures you're going through?
So on the answer your question on that, I can't give you a definite answer. We will be back in about 3 hours, and if anything changes, we'll call y'all back up close. If the 3 hour time frame is shortened, then we'll call y'all back up and give y'all more answers then.
At what time did the explosion or the fire start this morning?
It's about 8:17 a.m. this morning.
17?
Yes.
Is the shelter in place still effective for the mile radius?
Just currently, yes. We'll be looking to review that in just shortly. Yes.
And the name of this facility, what is the name of this, this facility?
The company name is Sound Resource Solutions.
Can you spell that?
Oh, you can't hear. I'm sorry. It's Sound Resource Solutions.
And they're just a chemical manufacturing plant?
Industrial blending facility. Yes,
So
sir.
at this time, we're going to take 2 more questions, and then after that, we'll be back in 3 hours.
Right now, we have seen a wall in that thickest of smoke, but we keep seeing these random plumes of black smoke coming back up. What does that suggest about how they're maintaining the fire? Is that the retardant? Is that the water? Could you speak to that?
So a lot of times what that is that just when they focus on one area, then another area may reignite. So that's where you'll see the plume come from. Yes. One more question.
Is this private school the only evacuation that's been so far?
I'll let you.
Yes, sir. That Wildwood Academy, that is the only evacuation that's taken place.
So to follow up, why would there be shelter in place remaining if, we're monitoring the air and there's nothing in the air?
If the people need to get out, they're more than free to do that. They just can't traverse that section of 1127. We actually have 2 other routes for them to go out in people's pastures to get out. So it's like if somebody had a medical emergency or something, we escort them through the guy's pasture, and then they're able to go to wherever they need to go. Thank you.
All right, thank y'all once again. We'll be back in 3 hours. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
We've been listening live to officials in San Jacinto County giving us the latest as they battle the fire at Sound Resource Solutions near Shepherd. We got some good news just now saying that the fire is contained. They're using some ladder trucks. They're spraying some foam on there. We also understand that the worker who was injured is doing okay, and he will be home with his family tonight.
Yeah, some new interesting information coming from the company president saying this incident stemmed from a forklift incident. No further details on that, but again, Jeff Hartfield saying the employee will be recovering and home by tonight. Another update is that we know that DPS is heavily involved in directing traffic from Highway 59 in that area, which is still shut down in both directions from Livingston to Shepherd. The other update that we're hearing from the Office of Emergency Management is yesterday the county, Polk County, got several phone calls and complaints about a strong chemical smell in the area. The official telling us now that that chemical smell was due to a truck driving through the area and not related to this incident.
As we continue to take a live look over the plant right now, you can see all the foam that they're using. The president of the company saying the worst is over. Now, as far as traffic is concerned on Highway 59, which is a very important corridor, obviously, for everybody in the area, it continues to be shut down from Livingston to Shepherd. Now, if you're exiting, if you're going northbound, they advise you to exit 424. If you're coming southbound, they say exit 190 as they try to get a hold of the traffic in the area, DPS.
All right, we've been talking about how the weather is affecting all of this, especially with all of that smoke. Most of it gone now, but we do still see some black smoke because of the flare-ups. Meteorologist Pat Kaplan standing by. Pat, what more can you tell us?
Yeah, so this fire again right on the border of Polk and San Jacinto counties, right? And Polk County has really been the focus in terms of the impact because the wind has been blowing from southwest to northeast. So it's been blowing the smoke from San Jacinto County into Polk County. That's why areas, to the south of where this fire was and still burns weren't really impacted. It was areas that were downwind of the fire and downwind of the smoke that saw the biggest impacts. So this is a radar loop. This is going back to 8 o'clock this morning, which is when roughly when the fire started. And you can see the smoke signature there. And it kind of disappears as we get beyond 10:30 in the morning as the smoke plume started to diminish. And now you can't even see it on radar. But this morning it was very visible. Wait for it to re-rack, and there it is. And you could see how it's pushing again off towards the north and east and into Polk County. This is when winds were generally sustained between 5 and 10 miles per hour at the surface. But that's only one part of this equation. We actually have to look at what the winds were doing a little higher up in the atmosphere. But again, this is blowing the smoke up towards the Livingston area earlier this morning. Now it looks like the smoke has really started to diminish. You can see there in the shot on the right hand side of your screen, there's really not a ton of smoke still coming from this. But as we go through the next few days, we are talking about winds that are going to eventually switch direction. But here's another perspective. So we were just showing you surface winds. This is now look at the upper level winds. This was a huge smoke plume. It was up about 6,000 feet in the air. It's about a mile above the ground. So the winds do change as you go up into the atmosphere. So this is a look at the winds a mile up along with that smoke plume. So again, same vantage point here. You could see the smoke kind of going into Polk County and then diminishing. As we go through the rest of the day, the wind speeds will continue to go again from south to north. So it's areas north of this area that we will be keeping a very close eye on as we go through the afternoon. Guys?
All right, thank you so much, Pat Cablin. And again, to update you, they're making a lot of progress on this fire in San Jacinto County. It is now contained. They're pouring foam all over it.